Hello and welcome to DMS News. Today we're going to talk about a problem that's affecting most of our country, and that is human development and poverty in Mexico. If you don't know, our country has a very high HDI, a Human Development Index, with 0.7. That's actually most than average, but we still have some pretty big problems in our country. We can see that more than 10% of the country is actually living in extreme poverty, and also that there are 3.5 million Mexicans living in poverty for 1 millionaire in Mexico. This is a huge problem and it's been affecting us for a while now. So we're gonna talk to some specialists. So let's go with Andrea, and she's gonna tell us more about the social aspect of this issue.
Actually, more than the half of the population is affected of this problem. The central bank say that 53% of the Mexican population lives under the poverty line. It is a value that says how much a person needs to earn to have a decent way to live. UNICEF and Coneval say that approximately 10 million children live in food poverty. It means that 8 out of 10 live in these conditions. It exists an NGO that is called Frente a la Pobreza that was created as a social movement which has the main object of creating conscience around of the country about the situation of the poverty. It also aims to implement an inclusive economic policy and exercise social rights, starting with the right to have health services. Until now, it has implemented 39 programs direct to economic inclusion, as has invented about 122 billion pesos.
Thank you, Andrea. Now we're going to take a look at the political aspect. So, Diego, tell us what's going on.
The Auditoría Superior de la Federación said that Cruzada Nacional contra el Hambre is not going to work because it has failed to identify in each state of Mexico which communities are the most affected, and when it is taken into practice, the community diners don't identify between which population really needs the help from the government and which part of the population doesn't really need it. So because of this, it will not fulfill its objective, despite when it was the press conference when the spokesman of the government, Eduardo Sanchez, and the former Secretary of Development, and Jose Antonio Meade, claimed that Peña Nieto recognized since the beginning of his government that poverty and hunger is a really, really big challenge for his administration, and that he would do anything to fight against this problem. And he himself said that in the inauguration of the ceremony of the food day, where he said to the communities that he is going to fight against all the people that live in extreme poverty, and also to fight to give food, access to water, services such as electricity, sewer, to give a house, and also education for these people to succeed in the future.
So, today here we have Mr. Garnica. He's a specialist of economy, and he's going to tell us how this problem affects our country.
Okay, this problem of poverty affects Mexico because if our economy is not big enough and doesn't give enough opportunities to our citizens, Mexico's economy won't grow. So, this will ultimately cause the country to slow down its development, and thus this prevents the economic situation from improving. Currently, Mexico's economy is more based and targeted to enterprises and corporations rather than the population and social classes. Though, programs for economic authorities have taken place in the last decade. Some examples will be the implementation of programs during the administration of President Enrique Peña Nieto, such as the Programa Nacional de Infraestructura 2014-2018 and the creation of the special economic zones. The situation has improved for show results at all, although the Banco de Mexico reported that between 2004 and 2012, poverty in Mexico was reduced from 25.05% to 12.5%. Although due to the economic slowdown in Mexico, the percentage has sent down as a constant pace. Another example is the word from Agustín Carstens, the head of Banco de Mexico, during the implementation of the Foro de Inversiones Extranjeras, in which he said that the financial reform that was analyzed by the Congress at the moment was going to be a big tool in order to help the poverty in Mexico. It will be reduced as credit and insurance will be easier to reach, and thus it will help the economy.
Thank you very much. So here we have specialist Arnarin. He's going to tell us a possible solution for this problem affecting our country.
Alright, so first of all, we could take examples from other countries such as Ireland. They have a free medical care system in which they give a medical card to every citizen so that they get all free medical care. Then we have Germany, which has one of the top 15 education systems in the whole world, and they have all free colleges. Finally, we have Australia, where the minimum income is $7 an hour. This is enough for all citizens to get by and have a decent standard of living, despite being in the low income denominator of society. Following this, well, a possible solution for Mexico itself would be not to raise the minimum wage, as this has been proven by Stanford in 2012, to possibly not get to the low income groups and thus not prevent poverty at all, but to regulate the income in such a way that even the poorest sectors in the country have enough money to get a decent standard of living and quality of life. This will be done by implementing economic policies that forward the economy, all supervised by non-governmental organizations to assure their transparency, and protectionist policies that once again would forward the economy in such a way that they would not negatively affect the low-income group. Following this, we must implement a better education system, as that has been proved to be one of the most effective methods of eliminating most problems actually in a lot of countries in the world. According to the World Academy of Science, investing in education results in a net income of 16% for the whole country. So once again, this would be a way to increment our GDP and thus become more able to eradicate poverty. So by doing all this, we would be taking some steps towards ending poverty, which would mean our country would get a higher human development index and a better quality of life for everyone in the country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. This is a huge issue in our country, and it's very important that we try and solve it. So I hope you learned something, and we here hope that it entertained you. Thank you so much.